Hello again, wrestling fans. Welcome back. Whatever. This is Discuss TNA Impact Wrestling, available literally everywhere. You could step outside. There will be someone driving by in a car listening to it. You just got to hop in that car, whatever. So this week is a weird one because there was no show last week, or it was a best of show. So we're going to have some news, some spoilers. I'm probably going to talk some shit about Sean Sapp after he doxed a mentally challenged person. And then he had to openly apologize on Twitter about it with a little tag at the end. But I get so much of this that I have to stick up for myself, kind of thing. Like, whatever. No, you're a fucking sociopath. And your time is coming up very soon, motherfucker. I know you're even listening to this. That's how fucking crazy you are. And that's how I'm in your head, you lunatic. Enjoy your visit when it comes soon. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so we got Gary here, who I usually like to talk shit about his Eagles, but they didn't play yesterday. So how about this, Gary? What the hell? Are my Giants actually decent?
Well, that's the thing. I think most people predicted that Hawks would come away with a win because it's hard to win. What is it? Used to be called the Kingdom or whatever.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
it's still called that. But
I was
pleasantly surprised that Giants. Even though I'm an Eagles fan, I was happy for them because my dad's a Giants fan. So, and then
You're
you
also
are
happy because Seattle is a powerful team, and now that puts your team up a little notch. Okay, but we have to talk wrestling and. Well, actually, we don't, but we'll get back to other stuff soon. So, yeah, check out whatever the Sapp story is. I'll be honest, I woke up really late today. I had a great sleep. I woke up, you ever like wake up early and then you go back to sleep? It's kind of like a double sleep. To me, it's like the greatest thing that can happen. So that was my day. And I don't know, I woke up to I have Sapp and everyone at Fightful blocked just so I don't fucking, because it triggers me. So I wake up and I see just I follow I don't know, I don't follow anyone, but I like so much shit, I guess, about people who make fun of AEW and Sapp that's all that pops up in my timeline. So check out The Unpaid Critic. I think he has the whole story over there. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was about him doxing a fucking mentally disabled person, which I don't know. Right up his fucking alley. Right up his fucking alley. I mean, Jesus Christ. I found something. I was telling you this before. I mean, I found this fucking someone just keeps. I don't know if it's that same account, but there's so many accounts out for this dude, and it's he posted on Twitter my fucking name, my first and last name, and that he went to the police about me, which never happened. It's been 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I would have literally heard something. If I understand how this shit works. He throws these things out there to scare idiots on Twitter that are scared of whatever. But guess what? You're not gonna get fucking. There's you can do anything on Twitter. You can start an insurrection on the fucking Capitol on Twitter.
Well,
Maybe
don't know.
Maybe I'll get in jail over that. I don't know. That's an insurrection. Some people went to jail, but guess what? Trump will let them back out.
I really don't know, Jay. I mean, I don't know why he's being allowed to be around. It sounds like he's a very controversial employee of Fightful.
If it happens twice, okay. You know what I mean? If it was a one-time deal with me, fine. I'm the crazy guy. Fine. You know what I mean? I have no problem pointing out my mental health issues and that are due to my physical health issues and whatever else. Yes, I get crazy. I act crazy. I'm on all kinds of pills and medication. But and even how can he's a journalist? Well, I mean, first of all, I have to tie this into the news that we got yesterday. I'm not sure if you missed it because you were watching so many sports. That Dave Meltzer reportedly owns 3% of AEW. So there is no such thing as a wrestling fucking journalist, because I'm sure Sean Sapp owns part of it if Meltzer owns part of it. Look at their fucking Twitter. Look at their social media. All they do is bash WWE and blow AEW. And the best part for me is, how's that going? How's that working out? How well is that working? They have fucking the biggest 2 dirt sheets, either paid for. One is paid for, which it's a strong rumor from Eric Bischoff that he pointed out. Check it out. People are calling Bischoff a hater. He has nothing but facts. This is what happened quickly. Dave Meltzer pulled a Vince Russo. Remember when Russo emailed someone? He CC'd someone by mistake. That's what Meltzer did over the weekend. He CC'd It sounds like Brandon Thurston. And it gave him the information that Dave Meltzer owns 3% of AEW. Someone put it out there that it came from Thurston. Thurston quickly shut it down, and Bischoff was like, of course he has to shut it down. He can get arrested. Like, you can't give out information that's not meant for you. Like, that kind of information. Whatever. Listen to Bischoff, everyone. He's the only person that should be talking to this because he understands the business and, you know what I mean, the TV and everything related. No one else should be talking. No one else should be talking about wrestling. Not this fucking cokehead, not the guy who owns part of the company that he's fucking journalizing about. Journalizing, you know what I mean? That he's covering. Like, what a fucking joke. Could you imagine this happened with TNA? Vince Russo owns 3% of TNA. That's why they're working with WWE. That's why they're doing so good. But they can't even say that because AEW is doing worse than ever. And that's with these people up their asshole, pushing them, pretending they're better than they are.
Well, that's why I don't understand why the Warner Brothers Discovery give them that deal recently. I mean, where are the numbers to justify such a huge?
Yeah, but also, like Dave quickly. So it's $180 million deal, right?
Yeah.
Dave very quickly. Sorry, TNA fans, we'll get back to that, but it was a best of show, and I'm sure a lot of more people are interested in this. So, shit. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, just that the deal. Like I couldn't.
Oh yeah, so the deal's worth $180 million.
Oh,
the only people that are saying this is an amazing deal is Dave and Fightful. Listen to Eric Bischoff, who breaks down what $180 million actually means to a promotion that is spending the amount of money that Tony is spending. Just think about he said, Bischoff literally said, he was like, does anyone think about roster? How much the roster makes? Like, how much just guess how much you think the roster makes. Total guess. Well, after knowing this fact, Mercedes Moné makes, what, $5 million a year?
Yeah.
That's Mercedes Moné. What do you think Chris Jericho makes?
I'd say maybe 10.
That's what I'm saying. I bet Jericho has one of those fucking Nash contracts where if every time they hire someone, you know what I mean, his thing goes up. He was the first one in. There's no way he's going to have something like that. So 10. Yep. That's $15 million for two people. Minus 180 already. That's two people. And that's not even talking about Bischoff, talking about the cost of actually taping these shows. And, like, I had no clue about all that shit. Like, they're not covering those costs. They just said, here's $180 million. And Tony's covering most of this shit. The only person that said they're profitable is the guy who owns 3% of the company.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it has to. And they're not just booking these smaller venues, they're booking these like venues where they are lucky if they get a third of it filled. And I mean, that starts
starts
to have a domino effect after a while.
It's like they're watching the TNA handbook and doing exactly everything they did wrong. Booking places that are enormous that they can't fill, that brings the LOL TNA because of the pictures, which, like, they could have 50% more fans than TNA. But if you put the pictures next to each other, it looks like shit. Stop booking these giant places. It makes you look like shit.
Yeah, because I remember...
doesn't TNA look great now? Like, people are talking about, like, oh, TNA's number 2 just because of pictures.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to comment too. It looked like this week at the tapings, it looked like they dressed up the arena really good. Like I had mentioned, remember I had said the production should get a step up, and it looked like they might have went with a couple new LED screens. So watch for that this week. So.
Oh shit! Sorry, breaking news from TNA. Halloween just got even better. Join us for the first annual TNA Halloween with exclusive signed photos featuring knockouts Tasha Steelz, Alicia, Rosemary, Masha, and there is a picture of. Oh my God, he's gonna die. Oh man, happy birthday, Robles. We forgot to say it at the beginning. Damn it. Happy birthday to Richard Robles. Yeah. He helps us with literally everything and my site, All Distractions. And his girl, Alicia Edwards, is dressed up as Harley Quinn, looking crazy hot.
I believe he had his 23rd or 24th birthday, I think.
Oh, nice. To be that young. Oh my God, Masha's Catwoman. Oh my God. Go to TNA Quitter. Oh my God. Rosemary's a sexy nurse. Oh my God. I have to go. Something suddenly came up. I used to laugh at those jokes when I was young. Then I got older and I was like, that's what that means.
And I did hear some more interesting news. Nothing that's kind of circulating around, but I heard TNA is still keeping the Hall of Fame ceremony intact. There's been
seriously?
Yeah.
Did you not hear AJ Styles is going into the Hall of Fame?
They were talking about that, and it seems the more likely out of other stuff that was thrown out there. So
I thought you missed that. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Ready? AJ Styles. Okay, wait. First, does the guy in the Hall of Fame ever go into the ring?
Oh yeah.
Is there there's like a ring ceremony?
Yeah, because that's what Ken Shamrock and several others.
So here's what I'm thinking. Ready? He comes out. He's in the ring. JBL comes out, holding a microphone, laughing. What are you doing, man? You're a fucking WWE guy. Not the same words, but you're a WWE guy. What are you doing? Get out of here. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back to fucking. And then AJ's like, he's like, dude, I made my way here. I am TNA. Some shit like that. And that's what starts the big WWE versus whatever.
Oh, okay.
It can't happen without, like, WWE would wipe the fucking floor with TNA right now. But if they get AJ and then, like, maybe, you know what I mean? Like Chelsea Green pops over, like people that were in, like people like that. Maybe even Abyss, who, good timing. Abyss produced the incredible Bad Blood Hell in the Cell match between CM Punk and Galloway. McIntyre? Whatever the fuck he's called now. So people are raving about what a good job he did. JB is still backstage. Someone took a picture of like 5 people from TNA who were just killing it backstage in fucking WWE now.
Sounds like to me, Jay, the former TNA talent actually got a chance to have an opportunity, and they went with it, So kudos to them for pulling off such a stellar performance.
Yeah. Okay, now I guess we have to talk about TNA. Well, first off, no, sorry. I don't know what the hell I was going to say. Okay, this week, coming up, October 10th, the Hardys versus ABC. No spoilers, so if you want spoilers, we can do it later. 6 knockout tag match. Okay, wait, Gary, what do you call this? Wendy Chu, Rosemary, and Tasha versus Jordan, Solruka, and Masha. That's 6 knockouts, right? So is that a 6 knockout or is it a 3 knockout? Do you go by each team?
I think it's like considered a 6-way, but I mean it's like they're not like
just wasn't what I mean. Nailed it, genius. Josh Alexander versus Eric Young, and Nick Nemeth will speak. I'm so easy. I just love when someone's in the ring talking. I don't know. It's like I just feel like it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it makes somebody feel bigger, and they don't do it all the time.
That's what people were mentioning that's what Scott didn't like to do unless it was him.
Oh my God, that's a great one. That's a great one. It really is. Yeah.
With the headset.
Maybe that's a reason why, man. He didn't create talent. He stopped creating talent. I mean, God, I say this all the time. Like we can come off as haters, but you can also go back and listen to how well we talked about them, man. He did an amazing job for years, and then it stopped right around the time it looked like he started banging Giselle. I mean, it is what it is. But look at the timeline. Look at the fucking ratings. Look at the buzz, everything around TNA.
That's what I hate. Like when people will say, "Well, Scott did such a great job," and it's like, yeah, but we don't know how much greater TNA could have been if Jarrett would have remained on.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when Scott says, "Here's what I was going to do." Like, motherfucker, you were there for a decade. What were you waiting for?
Yeah, kind of like her. I'm not trying to go political here, but like with Kamala Harris, she's been in office.
Hey, go for it. Fuck it. This is an anything goes podcast because it's a best of week.
Going in the White House or as vice president for 3.5 years, and Trump's like, why haven't you done it by now?
Yeah, that is fair, but
50 days to pull off.
It is fair, but on the other hand, isn't the vice president? I mean, Saturday Night did a great thing. It was like, let's welcome our vice president who you will not care about or see for the next, ever again. Like who gives a shit about the vice president? Like,
yeah, I know.
All I remember is Kamala Harris got a lot of shit in the beginning, and then it kind of went away, and I was like, what the hell? Did she get better or something? Or did she just I think people just forget that she's a vice president or they do anything, and then, but yeah, like it works for Trump now. And I don't know, whatever. We don't want to get too into politics and piss people off. So Kurt Angle has a biopic. His script is finally done. And they will be doing cast.
The Von Erich film, right?
In
the vein
of that. I don't know where you heard that, but I'll believe you. Oh, speaking of WFAN, holy shit. Wow, that's my hometown radio. Does everyone get a WFAN?
What's that?
Does everyone get WFAN? I thought that was like a New York.
Oh,
whatever.
no.
Whatever. So I got a movie going on. I'm really proud of this. It's a really great story. It's about a kid from the streets of Pittsburgh. Oh, Tim. It's about who overcomes these obstacles, including a broken neck, to win the Olympic gold medal. It's not only about my Olympics, it's also about my pro wrestling career. Oh, that's cool. They want this to be a bit of a Rocky type feel with a bit of the fighter and Iron Claw mixed in.
Okay, yeah.
The Nelmans brothers on board to direct.
Seen Iron Claw yet?
Yeah, me neither. It's funny, and I haven't seen Heels either.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The two things I feel like I should totally be watching. I don't know. Just can't get around to it. To be fair, I've had amazing weed for a few months. So I've been just watching a lot of YouTube, also staring at the wall sometimes. But okay, so there's a best of Bound for Glory this week. I'm not going to lie, I skipped it. And I found out from Gary over here that they put in, what was it? What match did they put into it?
Oh, from what I saw, they showed a graphic of Explosion with Hammerstone and
okay, so they threw an Explosion match in.
Something Lycan, I can't remember. He's pretty new to the roster. I'm not real with their name.
Come on, we were just making fun of it, weren't we? Or I was saying, where the hell do I know this fucking guy's name from? Conan Lycan.
Conan, like when I think of Conan, I think of Conan O'Brien.
Okay, so that's one half of what's his name, right?
Yeah, Saint Center.
Just looking up his things fast. No, I don't see the. Okay, AEW, like everyone else in the fucking universe. Wow, who could have seen that coming? These guys were actually all elite.
Oh,
what did he do? Dark. He wrestled twice on Dark. Conan Lycan losing twice.
Oh, Saint.
I was saying I knew his name from somewhere.
Oh, they were on AEW TV.
So, ex-AEW star, we can call him.
There you go.
That's a good thing about people who leave there. I thought it was WWE, but okay, I guess not. So yeah, Hamilton beat his ass.
Oh yeah, I think it was pretty much a squash match, but I didn't know. Did you notice TNA started doing this like when All Elite? You know how like they'll sign a wrestler and say he's now All Elite. TNA's they'll do something similar. I didn't know if you caught that, like where they'll say
no, because they haven't signed anyone in like 5 years, so I don't know how I would see that.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd they sign?
Oh, just different things. You know, like they'll I don't know, like they different knockouts and stuff.
What's the phrase? What's their phrasing?
I don't know. It's like something about they have signed whatever. They kind of you could tell it's like I don't know if it's like a play what he does every time they get a new talent. But I didn't know if anybody out there noticed that tonight.
I'm sure it is. How many fucking people became All Elite and did nothing? Rusev is finally getting out of his contract. I read something about this. Oh shit! I was like half asleep. I read something about Adam Cole, about how Tony Khan is now adding injury time to contracts. I don't even know if WWE does that. You feel free to laugh and say, "Of course they do, asshole." But I'm just saying, off the top of my head, I don't know if WWE does that. Like Tony has gone totally. Maybe he was a nice guy who didn't do shit like that. He would let people out of that contract. Remember that?
Yeah.
Now with the total opposite, man. He keeps people in jail just like fucking Vince. I mean, it's incredible to see how everything about them has changed. Like everything. So quickly. And they continue to do the same shit as they fail.
I was actually
all the numbers are down. Did you see NXT kick the shit out of them last week?
Oh yeah, it wasn't even close, right? It was like 300,000 difference or something.
I mean, seriously, just think about I know I'm a hater, whatever. Look at the fucking numbers. I never want to hate AEW. Nobody would. Nobody does. Especially if you're in the fucking wrestling business or anywhere close to it. It doesn't make sense.
No, I actually give them the benefit of the doubt when I didn't really know nothing about them. They had that big, I think it was All Out or All In. I can't remember.
We talk about that a lot. It was great because it was what they were supposed to be. It was a bunch of promotions working together. That was what AEW was supposed to be. Yeah. That's what All Out. That's what their first ever show was. TNA, people who left WWE, AAA, whoever else. I don't even remember. It was all these Ring of Honor before they fucking killed them. It was in everything promotion. It was awesome. And I still think that was maybe their best women's match.
And I think their pay-per-views, I watched a couple kicking off shortly after that. I did say I thought one of their pay-per-views versus TNA, I thought it actually was a better pay-per-view than
exactly. We really don't want to say shit like that, but we have said it in the past. Their pay-per-views were awesome for a while.
Yeah,
like really, I remember I'd be like, listen, their TV shows suck, but whatever. They're really good at pay-per-views. They have incredible matches. You know what it was? It was like the old, remember the NXT? I'm sure they still have them, but the NXT takeovers. So I guess they don't have them anymore. NXT takeovers. They were always incredible. They had them like once every few months. Always incredible. Yeah, like that's how. I guess it's just too much AEW. Like,
well, then along the line, Khan started and really conceded with the weekly. Oh, this person's going to be debuting next week, and basically a knockoff on Dixie Carter with Stay Tuned, and
that's another thing. If they have such a great TV deal and all that, why did they put Ricochet versus Ospreay? They didn't save that for a pay-per-view. They put it on television last week, along with Daniel Bryan and Okada.
Yeah, and people.
Why would those not be pay-per-view matches?
TNA give all these free matches away.
Yeah, no one has done it more in the history of wrestling than Tony in like a year.
Yeah,
you can look at everything TNA did for 10 years.
Based on the 10-year, TNA's been around 20 plus years, and they've been around maybe 5, maybe.
Yes, that's another thing. Oh, we beat. Well, I don't know. I think they've been around longer than WCW somehow. Is that possible?
Oh, really? I don't know.
I'm seeing shit like that, and I'm like, whatever. No one remember, but people remember WCW. No one's gonna remember this shit. It's fucking boring. It's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
But whatever. This is a TNA show, and we should get talking about something TNA related. Okay, so we mentioned this week. Oh yeah, we mentioned some news there. Sorry, there was something else cool, or it was whose birthday is it today? Not just Robles. Damn it.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it Abyss's birthday?
Might be. I did have a little bit of TNA related.
Sort of. Forget it. Sorry, I thought it was Nick Nemeth's birthday because Ryan. Happy birthday to Rhino. Oh. And another one to the much more important Robles. No offense, Rhino, but
yeah. Comic Legacy Wrestling announced that Davey Richards coming out of retirement for a November 30th event. I don't know if it's kind of like what's that that Carnival Wrestle Carnival or something, kind of like, I don't know, is Atomic Legacy kind of like that, Jay? They like have something.
Yeah, it's more of it's just like a regular indie, but like it just, I guess it kind of comes off like that. Yeah. I don't know, it doesn't get enough love. They do a lot of like gimmick stuff that I really like. Like I used to watch their weekly show. It was a lot of fun. Like I feel like they do like the opposite of like AEW, where it would be like they wouldn't even use like their top stars, or like, you know what I mean? They would only talk on the shows.
Oh, okay.
And like they would, I don't know, it was a really well put together friggin' show. So they worked with TNA when TNA went to Cocoa, Florida. So that's when I think Madman Fulton returns, because he's with this promotion. Like, I don't know if he's actually signed or whatever, but that's like his home promotion. Joe Hendry is also on the next upcoming poster for their next show. So like, yeah, they clearly work with TNA. There's a bunch of other people. I forget it at the moment because I can't find the poster, but yeah, awesome people.
Kind of almost like
with their promoters and social media people, which is usually the same when it's a small company like that, but just like super nice. The total opposite of most people in the wrestling world. So yeah, check them out if you haven't. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just that it kind of comes off to me from what I've seen of Atomic Legacy Wrestling. Kind of comes off a little bit like Memphis Wrestling as well. Because currently Memphis is working with TNA. Moose has been on the show. Our good friend Tommy Dreamer's been on the show. Several other kind of behind the scenes talent for TNA has showed up. Rhino.
Isn't it kind of like scary though? Like
kind of interesting.
Because like if you're with TNA right now, doesn't that mean you're with WWE also?
Yeah.
like so now WWE can just swallow. I feel like WWE can easier swallow everything at this point. Yeah. You know what I mean? If they just swallow TNA, then they get all these indies with them.
They keep getting richer and richer too. Like they can't outdo themselves with a TV deal, and then that's
that's Jesus. And again, somebody had like there's like there's a great GIF, or not a GIF, what's the word? Meme going around, and it's like not Discovery. Is it Discovery? No, Warner Brothers, like pushing like pennies over to Tony, and then there's like Netflix and everyone else like pushing billions over to Triple H. I'm like, that's the reality of it. I'm not saying pennies, but you know what I mean. Like, to them, like WWE is. How is WWE? And again, if AEW was any fucking good, how can they be around when WWE is growing? You know what I mean? WWE is the only motherfuckers that are still growing. How?
They ought to make a meme or a GIF or whatever of WWE being like the Pac-Man and like all these companies that are
seriously,
just
man, Jesus, God. That's my I mean, like I don't. That's my biggest fear. Not fear. I don't see how TNA continues after WWE. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go. Say a couple years from now, because like I mean they're doing TNA is doing really good business right now, but I mean I just feel like it's kind of like unexpected because if a company's kind of like some people have called TNA products stale, and with that thrown out there, you don't see too many companies being so successful if they're so stale.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean? Like, and
I thought they would just. I would have bet money they were going to run away after Scott, because again they put everything into Scott. Like, people don't understand. They put everything into Scott, and like it didn't work, and like that must have killed them. Like, Anthem, like the only reason they got into fucking business was because Chris Jericho talked them into it and told them how amazing Scott was, and lied saying he would be on an episode of TNA or be there for a few months. Fuck you, Jericho, dick. Now he's on 8. Guess what? He should have did that. He should do it right. Oh my God.
Well, and
he should go to TNA right now, because he's the most stale fucking wrestler on all of television. That's not even a fucking overstatement. I think AEW fans would agree with that. He's a nightmare.
And two, TNA came really close to signing JR too on commentary.
Yeah, see, it was like such a weird thing, man. I don't know. Maybe Jericho knew AEW. Well, maybe Jericho made the deal right before AEW. He knew about AEW.
Yeah, he could have.
I don't know.
A little bit.
Here's a funny one, though. TNA wants to carry on inducting wrestlers into the Hall of Fame. This is according to a report on Patreon Fightful Select, that they want to carry on inducting wrestlers into the Hall of Fame. You got to pay for that. That shows how great Fightful is doing in terms of money when they're sticking. And I'm not joking. I've had websites, but I haven't made. You know what I mean? My money's come from other shit when it comes to websites. I know people. People have no idea that I've actually spoken to a lot of people that own websites and are in the fucking wrestling business. They will never mention it because nobody wants to be near crazy Twitter. Me.
And honestly, Jay, it's kind of a waste to slap a fee on something like that, because say the first 5-6 people get the news, say, why is this gonna?
Oh, exactly, yeah. And people see that and they complain. They're like, really, dude, this is what you're fucking putting out is.
Yeah, and then it's like a letdown. Yeah.
Yeah, and people do that when when they need more money. You put more shit behind a paywall and whatever. It's great to see. Fightful hurting. Also, congratulations to Alex Hammerstone, who took double first place in the super heavyweight division at the annual WJ Classic, which I'm trying to find out what exactly that is. WJ Classic and Arizona State Championships. I mean, it's a bodybuilding thing. I just don't know what WJ stands for.
Well, it makes me wonder too. Like, they were selling that he had an injury. I wonder if too they let him have time.
Oh no, yeah, you got it. Have you seen the picture of him? Oh my God.
Yeah. I think
he looks fucking. He's not. I mean, he's the exact opposite of injured. He is.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they didn't want him to make others look so silly. Like, you can just have to see the picture. Like, he's just anyone check out his Facebook or whatever.
He's kind of like our version of Ken Patera, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, but he's way like this latest picture of him. Like, you've never seen anyone more shredded. This might be the most shredded human in the history of life. Maybe that's why they had to take him off TV for a little bit. But also, like, he didn't look like this.
Yeah.
On that show that they taped, like, what, I guess like maybe 2 months ago it was now.
Well, too, and if he's been weight training and stuff, he could have very easily tore something that he couldn't wrestle. So I mean, I'm starting to wonder if he was really ever injured or if he just.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they gave him a break to do that. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So congrats to him.
So.
Shit. What else do we have? I'm trying here, people. There's not much out there.
I do have a little something. Upcoming schedule for the On the Road tour with TNA. We got a couple actually 3 shows coming up in November in the North Carolina area. November 8th through the 9th, they have an Impact TV taping in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is kind of up at arms right now because people are still battling underwater conditions, and I guess there's like near 2,000 people can figure to be gone from this storm. That's going to take some time to recover, at least get them back to normal living standards. And then on the 29th we have a TNA.
Yeah, like I don't know people who live around there. Like I live in New York, so like I figure like I don't think about these things. I don't watch the news a lot. But like if you see pictures of this shit, it's fucking insane.
Yeah,
it's terrifying. Like people must have lost so many houses, cars, fucking.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the guy. But Dax, check out Dax. What is I always say Shepard. I really don't mean it as a joke. I think Dax Shepard when I think of Dax. Uncle Dax, whatever the fuck his last name is, the FTR guy. He has a GoFundMe for whatever his family or something. So I mean, that's a great cause. So check it out.
But I'm not trying to go political here again, but I do watch his channel. And he's very politically, it's a themed political channel. I don't know if you ever heard of Stephen Gardner. He was saying in the Carolina area, the area has gotten, I'm not trying to get all dark and dreary here, but he said in that area, the air has become very putrid from all the dead bodies that they can't recover. And this is the November 29th show in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's going to be a TNA Plus show. I just think out of respect for those families and the people that were lost, but we don't do those shows in North Carolina. I
don't think about that, but yeah,
this doesn't make maybe dedicate the shows or whatever, do whatever you want there, and maybe TNA can donate more money, but I don't know. I think they have to reconfigure the 8th and the 9th and then the 29th.
I'm not sure if my microphone's going to pick this up, but this is for Gary. That's the Debbie Downer sound from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, not trying to bring the show down, but it is a reality, and I don't know. I if anybody can figure it out, I'm sure it's the team at TNA. So
yeah, no, I mean Gary talked good stuff, and yeah, that's a fucking terrible storm. But as he was talking about that storm, I was still Googling TNA news, and I found QT Marshall. I can wrestle for anyone else, obviously besides WWE. What does that mean? Oh, because
I don't know.
Because they don't want. Because they don't want him. You're not that big, dude. Because what? Because he worked at fucking.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know beside WWE. I mean, he's been gone since November.
Well, I mean, and to be fair,
it's October.
He said I could wrestle for anybody other than AEW. Is that what he said?
No, WWE.
Oh, other W. But I mean, to be fair, he could still wrestle for their version of ROH. MLW.
Oh yeah, but I mean.
Yeah.
It says he left AEW back in November. So already, even for a moment there, I was going to work for TNA, and still work for Tony. I was like, before I even left a year ago. I don't know what he means. Scott D'Amore and I made an agreement, and Tony was going to help pay for my flights. It was great. What does this mean?
I don't know.
Pay for my flights? What are these people getting paid if this guy needs flight fucking money? He was a backstage producer and shit. And wrestler, and he needed fucking flight money. What are they paying them? Fucking peanuts? And Mercedes and everyone else gets all the fucking money. Okay, Scott. So him and Scott had a deal. Scott didn't reach back, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Obviously, he knew what was going to happen, so he didn't. But now I'm working for him at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling in a couple of weeks, and I'm so excited about that. They have Giselle and
circus clowns and
God. Seriously, if you have children, don't bring them to that fucking show. Don't have them anywhere around Giselle. Fucking nympho transgender. Should not be allowed in the wrestling world. Just like a fucking cokehead journalist or a fucking journalist who owns part of a company. Fuck everyone. Holy shit. I said a while, I said to my friend Larry, who is co-owner of our site, like, I can't do wrestling because it makes me so angry because there is no such thing as wrestling journalism. It's just stupid words. Like, it's not even a real fucking sport. There's nothing to journalize about. I just hate everything about it. It's so stupid. And, whatever. Like, somebody gets hurt for real. You know what I mean? That's wrestling journalism. Like, not fucking, like, TNA is thinking about having fucking bringing back Hall of Fame that was gone for what, 1 year, 2 years?
You mean the TNA physical one? I don't think they.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not a physical one. I mean, Fightful just said they're talking about doing the same shit because they didn't have it last year. That's all they're saying.
Oh, they didn't? I could have sworn. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Oh yeah, who went to the Hall of Fame last year? Smart ass.
I want to say it was.
Put Gary on the spot. Let's see as I pull up Wikipedia and I see who's correct.
Hello.
Oh, we got a run in. Hey, buddy.
I got play-out.
Oh, awesome. 2012, 15, 2023 was the last one. Damn it, that was last year. Gary wins. I
think it was Tracy Brooks. Maybe was one of the
Tracy Brooks.
Yeah, and a few others.
It was multiple.
Yeah, I think they did like 2 or 3.
This thing just has one person for.
I guess we just.
Wait. Group inductions. Hang on. Okay, wait. Hang on. Team 3D.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that because Brother Devon.
Okay, they have group inductions. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was 20. What am I saying? That was fucking 2014. No, it was only her last year. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I think there was a few.
But then 2023, Mike Tenay, Don West. Oh, that's what it was. Mike Tenay, Don West, and Tracy Brooks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. And before that, 2022, 2021. Why did I think they didn't do 2019. They didn't do 2017. They didn't do 2014. So it's not an every year thing. It never was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck the Fightful news is. It might come back. Yeah, I'm sure TNA doesn't know because they randomly do it.
I don't know. Either way, it's interesting.
I liked it that I like WWE. You know what I mean? You don't need a fucking Hall of Fame every year because then you can have a million idiots in there like fucking.
Yeah, well, as long as we don't
whatever.
introduce celebrities or some shit like that,
the TNA Hall of Fame is pretty badass. Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Gail Kim, Abyss, Shamrock, Awesome Kong, Raven, Tracy Brooks, Team 3D, Tenay, and Don West. That's it. No bullshit.
And if you think about
soon AJ fucking Styles.
Kind of sound a little bit like Joey. Joey Styles. A little bit.
I'm getting excited for this because I think like if they're gonna do something, it's probably gonna be like in January. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they do things like would you do something huge at the end of the year? Like we've seen ratings, we know our own numbers. Like everything goes down at the end of the year. And then it kind of like people get back into it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, especially when like NFL football comes back, like TNA takes a big hit because they.
Yeah, so I mean, like I'm thinking, like if you're WWE, would you want to do something big with TNA right now, or do you wait until next year when it's like, you know what I mean, more people watching? It's like kind of like a rebooted year. I don't know. I could see both ways, but
yeah.
I'm really afraid it's going to end. B, like I want AJ. I want to see, but like
you want it.
What's his name?
You want it to be more like on his own terms.
Yeah. Triple H himself said, "Here's a problem. I think Triple H totally nailed it, and people took it the other way, and I took it the opposite way. People took it as, there's not going to be a Worlds Collide match because Triple H said, it's not happening like right now, because, and I mean he explained it perfectly. He's like, it's too soon. He's like, something like that is for the end. You know what I mean? And he's totally right. That's when you have the fucking blow-off matches. That's when, and then they disappear for a while. Then you could do it once every year or some shit like that. But if you do it now, it wouldn't even make sense. Who's going to wrestle who? It would be a random show that nobody cares about. Kind of like how the No Quarter Catch crew showed up on TNA. Like, some shit's random. When you have cool knockouts showing up on TNA, and then you have the TNA knockout showing up on NXT, that's really fucking cool, like Rosemary right now.
My thing with this whole thing is it's cool in the moment, but like where does TNA go from here? Say when Triple H and Shawn Michaels all say enough's enough.
I'm terrified. I'm
you know what I mean?
I'm like terrified of that. I don't know what they can.
Yeah,
I don't
me
know.
too.
Either they
I'm
get
sure a
sold,
lot of-
either, like I'm afraid WWE. That's when WWE buys them or something like that. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know where they can go from working with WWE. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously
yeah.
you're gonna go down one way or another. Like, it's a step down one way or another.
I have a feeling if they go anywhere, they're going to be more like a better version of Tony Khan's ROH with WWE.
Yeah, I mean, or like a WWE light kind of thing. Or I mean, maybe WWE kind of keeps them. I've just said it before. I think WWE wants them around as long as AEW is around. It's a place to.
Oh, I do too. I think
it's their Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and I think TNA.
They can put talent there if they want. You know what I mean? Like, and whatever. I mean, people call me crazy, but like, I think this is what they did with Trinity. I don't think they wanted Trinity going to AEW for 5 years. So I think they knew they can get her back from TNA, and they did. She's with her man. You know, she's got her guy there. Like, I'm sure that's a huge thing. Like, whatever, you know. But
I mean, like, you have to pinpoint back to history too. There was Evolve.
JBL right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't think? And I just found I was just looking through it, and it said JBL like thinking about returning to commentary for WWE. So like he's clearly in talks with WWE. He's not just randomly doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's going around to all these different promotions at a time when WWE said they're going to be going around looking at all these different promotions. Like he could be, what's the word? You know what I mean? Scouting.
Well, I would have thought, Jay, if that's what they were doing, with them having the lawsuit with MLW, they would have been the first one they reached out to, but they chose TNA.
Yeah, I still don't get how they're not a monopoly, but whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like they've done more since the lawsuit to become a monopoly. But
yeah.
I guess they're like I don't know. I guess MLW like showed them like by going to court like how they can get around certain things. So whatever. Stop fucking with WWE people. They're just gonna win. Like God. It's like seriously, AEW came around and look what happened. And look what happened. I mean, they made WWE better. They made WWE better, and they saved TNA.
Yeah, and then Court Bauer's going to be kind of always labeled as a troublemaker. Yeah, you don't want to piss.
That guy needs to go away. He's just a fucking bitch.
You don't want to piss off WWE.
Seriously, he pissed off WWE. His company never fucking grows. Like, whatever. If you're not growing, you're dying. I know. I have a website that's not growing, and I have no problem saying that. I can take responsibility for my failures, unlike other people in the world. I don't know why it's such a fucking terrible thing. Like, no one's gonna murder you. You can be wrong. You can say you're wrong. I feel like people would rather like run to the fucking end of the earth than just say they're wrong about certain things. Politics, news, whatever. Like, Also, okay, whatever. I guess we're done with wrestling for now. I'm just gonna talk some bullshit about life. So, wait, hang on, really fast. Anybody want spoilers? Get out of here if you don't want spoilers. We have a few, thanks to Robles.
I'm not trying to fact check you here on anything, Jay. But how long is our run time?
You are not allowed to fucking fact check me, motherfucker. I will do not pull I will trump out on your ass. We're at 43 minutes, so we got like a few more. Okay. So really fast. Sami Callihan, PCO, and Joe Hendry defeated the System. Frankie Kazarian will be the special guest referee at Bound for Glory. I'll be honest, that one feels a little off to me. Not saying my man Robles is wrong, but I don't know what. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Then Alexander beats Eric Young. That's pretty obvious. Also announced, Full Metal Mayhem will take place. The System will defend against ABC versus the Hardys, which totally makes sense. And that's awesome. For Full Metal Mayhem, I'm excited for that one. Hardys probably win, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
Unless they leave.
Well, I think the plan going forward was, like I said, the North Carolina shows, and then like I don't know how that's going to come into play, and then like I don't know if they just put the brakes on the Hardys and then they kind of go up north or
Okay, so that's it for the spoilers. I just want to do something really fast because I did this the other day, and I legit just started hysterical laughing. We live in two different worlds. If you go to, everyone just try this. Go to MSNBC, go to CNN, and then go to Fox News.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know other sites like Fox. I feel like MSNBC and CNN are like similar. Like, it's the exact opposite. Everything is opposite. Like they say the exact like one is like you know what I mean? Like one is blowing Harris and the other one is, bashing Harris. One is talking about how Elon, shouldn't have been there, and the other one is talking about how great it was that Elon was there. It's like we literally live in two different worlds. Like if you're watching Fox, like that's what you're gonna hear. I don't know. I feel like we're just like totally broken as a world. You know what I mean? Like that. We don't even have a media. Like we don't have one media channel that's like we can trust.
Speaking of CNN, you were like hitting the point home, and I know a time that CNN was called Clinton News Network, and now
yeah, I mean it's so fucking liberal. I mean I thought
now they're flip flopping, I guess, because they're trying to. I guess they're starting to see like all the things that Kamala's not doing. So
it's probably more about ratings. I heard their ratings were down.
Yeah, maybe.
To be fair, I got that from Trump, who says everyone's ratings are down who are not his. Also, I'm going to make a call right now. This is a bit of a crazy one because my man, I love Bill Maher. I used to be a very liberal. Let me check the time. Okay, we got 2 minutes, 1 minute. I used to be very liberal, like Bill Maher. And then, like Bill Maher, the left went too far left on a bunch of things, like transgenders, being in bathrooms with little kids. Hell, just transgenders in general. I mean, teaching that shit to children, allowing it to happen to children. If you're fucking 5 years old, you don't know what the fuck you want to be. You want to be I want to be a cowboy. Was someone going to literally turn me into a fucking cowboy and put me on a horse? No, because my parents weren't fucking stupid.
Yeah, and another big one is the border crisis. That one's really...
Gary, that doesn't fucking affect me. I don't know why I would give a shit about that. I'm joking. But I don't know about that. Like, to me, that one is like, is a fucking wall really going to do anything? A wall ends. Like you would have to build a never-ending wall. It just made me laugh from the beginning. I don't know. Like a fence, like it could be. We've seen the fences could be broken. Like I don't know. I don't get the whole thing. Like where are they coming from? Who's letting them in?
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many places, but also another great thing that people don't realize. Like we always say, even I say, like we're such a shit country, we're becoming like a third world country. That's not true. Everyone wants to come here. There's a reason people are trying to come here because they want to get the fuck away from where they are. You know what I mean? So like, America's really not that bad. We're just in a bad spot politically, I think. We need to get our fucking heads back on straight and just realize, like, I don't know, get truth back in life. Like certain things should be real. Like there should be fact checking during a debate. You know what I mean? Like that was insane to me. I want to know what the facts are. I don't know what people. This isn't pro wrestling.
Yeah,
This isn't Meltzer and fucking Sapp fucking guessing shit. I want to know what's real. Like facts have to be a fucking thing in the world. You know what I mean? And if not, like I don't know, whatever. There's gonna be people like me running fucking websites, posting all kinds of bullshit because we can. Like it's so stupid. All right, we don't want to get to 50 minutes, so the last minute and a half is for Gary. See any horror movies lately?
I did catch. Well, I went back. I went old school last night. Went old school because just some of the new material and stuff that's out there just really trashy and it's not very. It's scary, but it's not. It just feels manufactured. And I went back and watched kind of an old cheesy Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies Go to College.
Jesus. How many of those were there?
It's a cheap knockoff of Gremlins. And
how many Ghoulies were there?
I believe there were 4. And the fourth one was so bad that it's probably... Yeah, and then the thing is, these Ghoulies are like these characters. They come off like the
pretty funny though. I mean,
Three Stooges, like they're like bonking their heads, and it definitely took a full nosedive after 2. But I don't know, just something about the third one was fun. I don't know, maybe that's the kind of movie a lot of us should watch. The way the country is.
Yeah, seriously. Go watch Deadpool. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine, people. I watched it again last night. Fucking amazing, hysterical. And soon I'm going to be watching Speak No Evil. Did you happen to catch that one? You got 10 seconds.
No, I did.
James McAvoy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I will be back next week to speak about Speak No Evil after we talk about Impact. And that's it. We're gonna hit 50 minutes, and we didn't even have a fucking Impact to cover today. So sorry for all the bullshit, everyone. Hope you enjoyed some of it. Peace.
Later.